Welcome back to Book Bus with Jen and Ping, a podcast focused on romance books. Today, we're going to be talking about the books that we finished reading, we're currently reading, and books that we purchased recently. And my list is going to be a little bit long. I do want to say, though, that I purchased these like weeks ago. So in my defense, my budget started last week. So I think I'm doing pretty good because I didn't purchase anything this week. So stick around and hope you enjoy today's podcast.
So let's see. This past week, I don't know if I was in a book slump or what happened, but I didn't read that much this past week. I started reading Twisted Games by Anna. And then I was in chapter 2 or 3, and then we got the Untamed arc. So I was like, oh, great. I need to finish this trilogy because I've been dying for it. So I put Twisted Games on the side and picked up and read Untamed. And oh my gosh, I read Untamed in one day. I couldn't put it down. There was this one scene where I was like, I was not expecting that lady I did not remember that lady being a lesbian. So I was not expecting. There was this one scene I was not expecting, but I can overlook it, whatever. But oh my gosh, Ronan was I have to say he was really stubborn. At times, I was like, oh my gosh, just tell her. Just give in already. Stop being such a...
hard-headed.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I wanted to strangle him a few times because she was legit putting herself on the line, telling him her side. But then he doesn't even care. He's like, nope, no, can't, won't happen. But I enjoy it so much. I love it. I have to say this trilogy, out of all the books from this world, I was not expecting to like this trilogy as much as I did. The first book, it was all right for me for the first book. And then book 2 and 3 took a turn. And oh my gosh, I love Ronan and Poppy. At first, because Poppy, I seriously think Poppy grew as a heroine, because first book she felt like she was just she was not strong to me in book 1 at all. She was because she was so, how should I say it, not to put her into a bad thing, but well, because in book 1 she was she just did whatever Caroline told her to do because she wanted to help her sister. So she just listened to Caroline because she looked at Caroline as her own mother. So she followed what Caroline wanted her to do. And Caroline, I never liked Caroline. And I don't think I'll ever like her. Throughout all the books in this world, Caroline is probably the biggest bee in the whole world. I don't like Caroline. And then, I seriously, if I remember correctly, Ronan and Poppy probably only have like 2 scenes together in the first book. But book 2 and 3, oh my goodness, Ronan and Poppy took me by surprise, and I enjoyed their love story so much. And I highly recommend you guys to read this trilogy. The 3rd book, it was released yesterday, so if you guys want to binge read this trilogy, I highly recommend it. And so once I finished reading Untamed, I went back and picked up Twisted Games. And I have to say, this one is quite different from Twisted Love.
It's felt really like this long.
One, yes, it is long. Mm-hmm. I feel like this one is more of a slow burn compared to Twisted Love. I feel like, Twisted Love, they didn't get it on right at the beginning too, but I feel like they built more as a friendship before they even do anything, if you get what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of time jumps in Twisted Games. Like it went off to 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something, and then it went on to months, and then 2 years later. And there's a lot of time jumps in Twisted Games. And so I don't know if that's for me, because
it's a slow burn and a very fast pace, because like you said, we do 2 time jumps. But I get why it's, I guess, a little bit of slow burn, because he is her bodyguard. So I'm guessing you have to establish that relationship, because Emma Chase wrote a book. What was the name of it? It was Royally
Dirty Charmer. Royally Endowed.
Yes.
Endowed.
That one. Where Olivia's sister, if you haven't read that whole series, Royally Screwed is my favorite. Love that book. Oh my God. So if you read Royally Screwed, Olivia's sister in the book gets a book herself. And she ends up falling for her bodyguard. Her story was a very slow burn too.
Yeah, it was. I've always said I love bodyguard romance books, right? But I realize that bodyguard romance books are quite very slow burn.
Yeah.
And like I get it, but then there are some times when slow burn is just too boring for me sometimes. But then for this one, for Twisted Games, it was quite slow at the beginning, but when it picked up, oh my gosh, girl. So I have to say 𝐅𝐸 was well, obviously he was doing his job. So he is a hero who can actually control his feelings, because there are heroes who's like, nope, I want her, I'm just gonna go get it, even if she's my client. But 𝐅𝐸, he hold off for 2 years, girl. 2 years. And I guess, well, he's a man of his word. He can really control himself. So,
well, I mean, I get why it's like he hold off so much, because I mean, at the end, look who she is and look who he is. You know what I mean? So my guess is where his history, everything that he went through, I guess. I mean, you have to look at it that way too, to where he's gone through some stuff. And I guess, I don't know. I liked him though.
Yeah.
I think he was really stubborn.
Yes. Really stubborn. I don't know how far you are on the book, but when he turned into an alpha, oh my gosh, he is dirty. Yes. I was like, what? I was expecting this from 𝐅𝐸, because you know how he's such a very controlled man, and then when he showed that side, I was like, what? Oh man, he was good. I liked him.
How far along in the book does that happen in? I'm in chapter 6.
It really didn't really happen until 38 or 40%.
I was gonna say chapter.
I don't remember what chapter it was. But
no, as long as it's not like 80% where the book is about to end.
Yeah, I know. If it's like that, I think I would have dropped the book already. But it kind of has to be entertaining too, though. Because there are some slow burns that I've read, and it did not happen until 70% or so. And I actually still enjoyed the book, even if all those, like, nothing happened, but then I still enjoyed it.
But the angst, sometimes with the angst is,
So I'm around 50% in Twisted Games. So that is pretty much what I've been reading. I think I'm in a slump. I probably got in a slump after finish reading The Casanova by T.L. Swan. I keep getting in book slumps after reading her books, and I don't know what to do. So, yeah, I've only read Twisted Games and Untamed.
Wow. I feel like I've read a lot. I am so on, I forgot when it was. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I was on Facebook just skimming through like my feed and seeing stuff. And Annette, she is a blogger and a PA. She posted a sign up for an ARC team for Cassandra Robbins. I haven't read her before, but I had seen her cover for her new book, Rise. And the cover is gorgeous. So I'm like, ooh. And I looked through her books and I asked Annette, so what is she, what kind of book does she write? And she told me, she's like, I'm like, okay, what books do you recommend I start with? And she's like, well, you should start with her MC series. So the series is called The Disciples. And right now there's 4 books. It's Lethal, Atone, Repent, and Ignite. Y'all. I started with the first book and I did not sleep more than like 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went straight to the second book and then I went straight to the third book. It is like so good. For book 1 has to be my favorite, just I guess because the hero is so alpha. I don't do MC series. I am intrigued by them, but it has to be, I don't know, it's tricky for me to pick up an MC series. I know the Gypsy 10 series. I don't really see it as an MC though. Yeah, it's like a motorcycle club, but I don't think it's like a MC series.
Yeah, because they're disbanded already. The club disbanded, so I don't really consider it as a MC either, because there are like The Fallen Men by Gianna Darling. Yeah, that one is legit MC because the club is still going on.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, I think the only MC series that I've actually picked up and I was excited to pick up was Gianna's. Yeah. So when I picked up this series, I was like, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna see how it goes. Girl, it was like, I could not put it down. The first book is amazing. The second book, it was really good as well, but I was so excited, looking forward to the third book, just because the characters that are in the third book keep showing up on book 1 and 2, and you're like intrigued to like, what the heck happened with them? What's going on? And then right now I'm in the 4th book of the series. That's like, I binge read them back to back, and I loved them. It's each book, it's a standalone. And so far, like I said, book 1 is my favorite. The second book was very, I don't know, I guess the hero, I liked it a lot, but I wouldn't say the hero is my favorite. But the third book, I loved him. Like, the hero was amazing. I'm not giving away much, that way people can pick it up. But the third book did make me cry. Because this couple in the third book, like I mentioned, you see them in the second and the first and the second book. And the only thing you know is they used to date, they broke up, they can't stand each other. And because apparently the hero cheated on her.
Did he cheat on her? Or was it a misunderstanding?
Well, I'm not going to say anything, but the third book, and it's like the tagline says, there's 2 sides to every story. Yeah. And there are 2 sides to every story. The third book, oh my gosh. I was like, it got my anxiety off the roof.
Oh, wow.
I was like, and the heroine, I felt like I cried. I felt so bad for her. So now I'm in the 4th book, which is Ignite. And that hero is I don't know, every time he would come up in the other books, he would like scare me. Like, he's intimidating. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going to happen in his book? I'm very excited. So that's what I'm reading now. And I finished before I started the series. I jumped ahead to the series, but I did finish Someone You Love by Kristen Granada. And it was you would say it's sort of like a slow burn. It's very, I loved it. It was really cute. The heroine, Charlie, I think that's how you say her name. She, you know, she just like the overall of the story is she lost her mom. Her boyfriend cheated on her. So she's off because she made a list of stuff to do with her mom before she passed. But unfortunately, her mom passed before they thought.
Okay.
So she's on a mission because her mom made her promise her she was going to complete the list. So she goes into this small town with the mission of completing the list that she promised her mom. And then she bumps into this grumpy, sexy, mysterious, intimidating NFL player. His name is Bryce. And he's very like, he keeps to himself. He's very moody. But there's a reason why he's moody. Like he went through an accident. He is impaired. Like he can walk, but he sometimes uses a cane or like he was in an accident.
Does he use crutches?
Yes, I think he does.
Okay.
But I don't know, these two, in my opinion, it's like I don't know, their story was very, when I was reading it, it felt very true. I don't know, it felt very real. It felt very touching. It felt very, I cried. I was like, oh my God, like I feel bad for her. And then I feel bad for him. But then I was laughing and then I was swooning. It was very, I loved it. I see why he was the way he was. Cause I mean, his whole life changed out of nowhere. Like he shuts himself up thinking, I don't know, like he cuts everybody from his life.
Yeah.
And it's sad. And then you do see like the consequences that it had on his life, like the impact of him shutting out everyone. And it was very sweet. I loved it. I also finished, when we finished that podcast, I finished Indigo Ridge by Devin Perry. I'm not going to say a word about that book because we still have some time until releases. The only thing I'm going to say is, wow. That's the only thing I am going to say. I also finished this other book I can't talk about, and I'm not even going to say the name, and it's, oh my gosh. I don't even know why I mentioned it because I can't even say anything about it, but Chef Kisses, y'all. Chef Kisses. And I got the arc for Vow to Protect by J.O. Beck and Monica Corwin. So I saw that cover. Well, I saw the teaser actually, and the teaser was fire. So I requested an arc, and the cover, it's gorgeous. Look at it. Can you see it? This one I haven't started, but I am going to start it when I finished Ignite, and then I am going to finish Twisted Games. So, and I still haven't read Untamed.
That one's releasing on Tuesday. You know that, right?
I'll read it after. Well, I'll finish Ignite today or tonight, and then I'll read the other Untamed tomorrow. So I'll finish it.
It's not long. Untamed is not long. It's a very short book.
Girl, tell me why I feel like I have to read the second one to remember exactly everything that happens.
What don't you remember? I will refresh your memory. I just didn't remember that.
Well, I remember that little part that you asked about, just a bit. But then I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, shoot, like I feel like I don't remember anything.
Okay, well, you remember, I believe it was Caroline who sent another guy to come kill Ronan
Mm-hmm.
because it looks like Ronan kind of betrayed Caroline. So, and then they were on the run. So they took off to the church, to the old cottage where he grew up as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where he opened up more to her. And then and then that crazy lady happened to be able to follow them. She followed them. And so the lady told Ronan that he is actually a Morelli. Do you remember that part?
No.
Okay, well, he is a Morelli. Ronan is a Morelli. Caroline knew that he was a Morelli, but she used him to pretty much kill the Morelli people, you know? So, because his mom is Leo's dad's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, just reminded me, Leo made an appearance in book 3 in Untamed. And oh my
Really?
God. And made me love him even more. So you have to hurry up and read it just because Leo was in it. And then
For
Tiernan,
him.
and then Tiernan, the guy for Gianna's duet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, he is an ass.
Really? That one is going to be an age gap, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an age gap. I'm intrigued by him, but because he's quite a jerk. But I'm excited for his book too, though.
Oh, I am too. And it's funny, like I said last time when she told me, she's like, get ready because it's an age gap. And she remembered that I told her I didn't read a lot of age gaps, but I'm very excited about it. Like I'm so looking forward to it.
Did you saw the title for the second book?
No, what was it?
I don't remember, but I saw it because it's up on the website.
Send it to me after. I want to see it. And then I also am planning on reading Curse by K.K. Allen. Mm-hmm. I know this one, they said it's a slow burn, but it's very like the angst is hardcore.
Is it a fantasy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So I'll let you know how it goes because I know that we were talking about reading it.
Yeah.
Last time, so I'll keep you posted. I should start that one towards the end of the week. Okay. And I'm very excited. The covers are so gorgeous. And she's coming to holiday. I think she's coming to holiday with the bells. Hold on, let me check.
Girl, you need to read T.L. Swan first before you read Fate.
Yeah, and she's coming to holiday with the bells. So I'm very excited. So hopefully all the books are released by then. So I can be like, can you please, like, I'll order it from her and get them signed because I'm very excited. Like, I think her covers are so gorgeous. So that's what I'm reading. That's what I finished reading. But going into what you just said about me needing to read T.L. Swan, I'm just going to jump into it to talking about the books that I bought. I got the Stopover. That's the first one in the one that you said, right?
Yeah, the Mouse High Club.
Yeah, so I got that one. So I should be getting it soon. So I can start reading it. So
yes.
I should it arrives tomorrow.
Good.
So I should read it towards the end of the week too. But that one's really long. Like her books are so long.
Girl, okay. I get that they're long, but I finished her books in 2 days. So you can finish it in 2 days. I'm pretty sure you can finish it in 1 day.
Yes. Okay. I'll let you know this, like, when I start reading it. So I'll probably be texting you like I did with I forgot what book. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God.
Yes.
So I did get that. And then, so I ended up, I don't know if you read it before. I got hold on. the Thoughtless series by S.C. Stevens.
Mm-mm.
So I read these books a long time ago, like a
Mm-hmm.
long time ago, and they were very good. It
Mm-hmm.
is a trilogy, I will say, and I am not gonna tell you what it's about because I want you to read them and I want you to be surprised by what happens because I know you're gonna die and I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I'm hoping you can read it. And you know what? I'm buying you these books. So
What?
yes, because I want you to read them. Like this series, it's a must read.
Uh-huh.
It is, like I said, a trilogy. It's
Mm-hmm.
about Kira and
Mm-hmm.
Keelan. And
Mm-hmm.
I will say Kira has
Did
a
you cry?
boyfriend. Yes, I
Did you
did.
cry?
A lot of times, a lot of times, a lot of
Oh my
times.
goodness. I'm gonna
I
die.
cried because I was sad. I cried because I was angry. I cried because I was annoyed. I cried because I was excited. I cried because I just wanted to know what the heck was going to happen. It is a roller coaster, girl. Like, you are going to, like, because I don't want to give away too much, so I'm not going to say much. But, like I was saying, the book does start off with Kira having a boyfriend. ...
Okay. So
That's
she's
where I
gonna cheat.
ended.
So she's gonna cheat on her boyfriend with the hero.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to say a word. All I'm going to say is this is a roller coaster. And
Mhm.
I will say the hero is
Mhm.
badass. I freaking love him.
Mhm.
Love him. And
Mhm.
there were so many times where I wanted to jump inside this book and
Yeah.
just freaking protect him. He is the best. Like, you need to read it. It is amazing. And with that being said, Novel Grounds is going to drop
Mhm.
new merch and she is going to have SC Stevens merch. So check it out. I already bought mine. So I'm gonna wear it when I'm rereading this book series. So like I said, I did buy a bunch of books weeks ago.
Yeah.
I haven't done my unboxing. I am gonna do it this week. This week has been crazy. I've had like really bad headaches. I had a really bad headache today again, and it's finally going away because I took like so much medicine.
Oh my gosh.
But I bought a lot of stuff. So I bought True Love Way, the new cover by Mary Elizabeth. That cover is so cute. I'm trying to read all her books. Because if you know me, you know I love Mary to death. Yeah. She's the sweetest. She's crazy. I just love her. So when she released this new cover of an old book that she's written, I was like, I need to have it. Like anything she takes out, I'm buying. Whatever. Like I'm buying. So the cover is really, really pretty. It's an illustration. If you haven't seen it, check out her Instagram. It is gorgeous. I also finally bought the rest of the 2 books of the Cinderella trilogy from K. Webster.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I had the first one. I was missing the last 2.
Oh, so your covers are different.
These?
The latest. Yeah.
How is the first? Yeah. How is the other one?
Because they changed it, remember?
But online, like, it's still the same one. Oh, yeah. But the first one's still the same.
Yeah, the first one's the same, but then they changed the second and third.
Oh, so I got the new covers.
I was like, do I want the new covers? But I was like,
see, I like that one. Prince Charming. I really like that cover.
I actually really like this one too. So I was like,
but okay, I do like the glass slipper. I do like the new cover.
Yeah, that one was cute, the new one. But I think this one is so cute too, though.
I want the other one.
What other one?
The guy one, the second one.
Oh.
But I guess. I also bought of Beast and Beauty by Chanda Han. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I saw this cover. Okay, so funny story. Bookworm Box released a limited edition cover of this book. And I remember when we went down there to that shop, what was it, a couple months ago, I saw the cover and I'm like, it is gorgeous. I love it. And I didn't read the bio. I don't know why I didn't read. Well, I didn't read the blurb. I don't know why I didn't read it there. But I just kept thinking, I like the cover. I'm going to look into it when I get home. A couple weeks after I read the blurb. I'm like, oh, this sounds very interesting. And I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it. So I kept putting it off. And out of nowhere, that book came to mind and I was like, I really want to read it. And after I finished Leo's, actually. So I was like, all right. So I went back on there to buy it because I really liked the limited edition, the special edition / limited edition cover that the bookworm box took out. They didn't have it anymore. And remember,
What if they bring it back?
I don't think so. They never really do. But I couldn't remember the name of the book because I could just remember the cover. So remember, I asked you, I was like, I can't remember the name. So I had to go through like the old post from the bookworm box until I found it. So I ended up ordering the original cover, which is still really, I still love the original cover though. But the special edition was so gorgeous. It was gorgeous. So I bought it and I'm dying to read that book. So I'm going to try really hard to read it this week, if not for sure next week, but it is so cute. I'm dying to read it. Like I also did buy the trilogy book of Deliverance from Evil by Monica James.
Yes.
I've been meaning to like open it up and like take pictures and everything. I'm telling you, like my unboxing has been like piling up. Those covers are so good though. They're so intriguing and sexy and like I also bought Love Next Door by Helena Hunting. It's a release that happened late last month and I've been dying to read that book. I love the cover, so I should start that one soon. I also bought Truth by Trilina Puse. I'm so sorry if I butcher that name. It is, I read her first duet that she wrote last year or the beginning of this year, and it was really good. And I'm trying to read her back books.
Her backlist.
So her backlist. So I was talking to her and she's like, well, you should start with this, you should start with that. And I went on Amazon to order the book she told me, but I was reading like the blurb of all the books and I ran into Truth. The blurb was so I was like, I'm gonna order this one first. So I ordered that one. I still need to read it hopefully next week. I'm like trying to make plans for reading all these books and it's like,
girl, I'm gonna read this next week.
I know. I finally also bought Blame It on Tequila by Fiona Cole. I've been wanting to get that one forever since it came out and I don't know why I keep pulling it off, but I finally bought it. I finally purchased the Palm South University books by Candy Stainer. Love that series. Like I've mentioned it before, it reminds me so much of Greek / Gossip Girl. Like I don't know, it's very the way it's written, amazing. I loved it. So I finally got those books. The last book is coming out, I believe next month or this month. Not entirely sure, but I'm dying, guys. It's so good. And I also bought, I bought several books by Monica Murphy that I was missing. Her Forever series. I finally have them. Love those books. Love them. What is his name? Tootle? I can't even pronounce his name. But that series was the first series I picked up of hers. And it is amazing. It's a young adult friends to lovers, you can say. It's so good though. It is the inks. Chef kisses. It's so good. And last but not least, I finally bought the 4 books that I was missing from Lex Martin, which was Shameless, Dearest Clementine, Reckless, and Kissing Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
And love her books. Like I mentioned last time, if you haven't read her, her books are so good. Start with Shameless. That's it's sort of like a single parent, but not really, just because the hero ends up being a guardian of his niece because his brother and his wife passed away. Yeah. And then the heroine is the best friend of the hero's brother's wife. So it's she ends up helping with the baby, et cetera, et cetera. And it's really good. Loved it. It is the hero. So these are the books I bought for Monica. It's Forever, You Promised Me Forever, and Thinking About You, sorry. And then I got Just Friends. And I think that's it. Oh, and more, and just Friends and More Than Friends. So I think that's the whole series. Yeah, but that's what I bought the last couple of weeks. That was before I promised myself being on a budget. Swear. Yeah. The only books I bought after that is S.C. Stevens and The Stopover by T.L. Swan, which I am reading for that one for sure this week though. So
yes.
Oh, and I pre-ordered Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover.
Okay.
I'm scared to read that one though, because I don't know. Her books give me so much anxiety. Like I love her books, but they give me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
But I still want you to read that. She wrote a cheating book. I don't read cheating books, girl, but that book was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I still want you to read it, but
I don't know.
But look at the cover. It's so cute.
Yeah, I saw the cover. I was like, wow, it's so cute. I love it, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I might be scared.
Yes. So that one doesn't come out till I think next year though.
Oh, that's still a long time to prepare your heart and mind.
Yep. But that's all I've gotten. And I'll do a unboxing on my Instagram this week, hopefully. And finally put those books up, but my bookshelf has no room.
Yep.
So I'm expanding my bookshelf when I have no idea. Last time it took me forever. Yes. So it's gonna be fun to try to figure out how to set my books until I get that sorted out.
Okay. Well, for me, I bought quite a lot. I bought from every website that that I can get books from. Well, I haven't read any books by I might be butchering it, but C.D. Rise. Have you read any books by her?
I've seen her cover. I haven't read any books of hers.
Okay, well, I saw these books and I was like, oh my gosh, it sounds really good. So I bought it. Bodyguard and Bombshell and Only Ever You. I haven't read any of her books, but I saw the blurb for these books and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read it. So I bought it. So if you guys read it, let me know. So I would love to know what you guys think about it. And I saw these covers from Ruth Cardello, and she's a totally new author to me too, but I saw these covers and I love them so much. So I just bought it. I don't even know if I'm gonna love them or not, but the covers are too good, so I can't resist the covers. The Broken One, the Wild One, and the Secret One from the Corisi Billionaires. I believe all these are standalones. So, but I live for these covers. they're all just guys in suits. I have a thing for guys in suits on book covers. I honestly love those more than abs. I don't know. It might just be me, but. And then I don't know if you guys know, but I always check Amazon deals for books. And the books, Katie Evans, I haven't read any of her books, but some of her books were on sale, so I bought them. I got $1 Million Devil, The $1 Million Marriage. Have you read them?
Mm-hmm. I think I've read all her books.
And then I ordered, so I didn't know that Anna Huang that she have her signed books up on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I ordered them on Amazon, right? And then one book was shipped, and then I saw her Instagram story saying that she have books on stock on Etsy. So I canceled the other one, but then I got the other one because it was shipped already. So you can't cancel when it's shipped. So I'm gonna get 2 of Twisted Games, the special edition.
Girl, I ordered hers too. And the same thing happened to me. So I was like, I'm gonna give one away. So I'll be doing a giveaway soon.
Yeah. Yep. Same here. And then and I know everybody raves about Penelope Douglas books. And so I bought Punk 57 and her and the Bully series.
But I thought you didn't read young adult. All of those are young adults.
You told me that they're good. I got the Kismet in the Sky paperback because I love the cover. And then I picked up, I don't remember if I shared it, but I picked up Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley.
Mm-hmm.
People said it's age gap and arranged marriage and mafia. So all those are my kind of trope. So
when you read it, let me know.
Yes, I will do. Yep. And then so I also bought the Real series by Katie Evans.
Love that
Mine
series.
and Remy. So yes, I bought those also because they were on sale. And then let's see. And I bought, oh my gosh, I bought all these back in July. Okay, so bear with me. So I haven't read these this Hoops series by Kennedy Ryan. So that series is gonna get made into movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought them. Well, I already have the other 2, so I just needed to buy Long Shot. So I bought Long Shot. And then since you love Kelly Elliott and you said you love her Small Towns, and these 2 were on sale. So I said, well, maybe I should give her books a try. So I bought Always Enough and Never Enough. And then I bought the All In series by Helena Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I bought all 4 of those books. I haven't read any of these books, so don't ask me for recommendations for any of these books because all of these are totally new to me. And then I also bought Happily Ever After and Hate Notes by V. Keelan and Penelope Ward. And then I think that's it. Because I think for the other ones, I shared it in our other book haul.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I bought all of those in July. And I'm still waiting for my the I don't remember if it's the German version of The Hunter for �𝐥𝐥𝐥𝐿. I love those covers so much. I pre-ordered it like months ago, but then because it was just they just printed at the end of last month, so it barely just got shipped. So I'm waiting for that. I think that's it for me. Yeah, that's it for me.
I feel like I bought more stuff and I forgot what I bought. Because I did, when I was looking for that special edition book in the bookworm box, I did buy other special edition books from there.
Yeah.
I need to open up my boxes to know exactly what I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, but again, I am going to say this was before I got in my budget because I am on a budget now. And I'm trying not to spend that much. Just because there are like signings I want to go to next year. I mean, I'm trying to ease it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I am going to buy the books that I like, but I think I'm going to calm down to buying that much because there's a lot of stuff I want to do next year.
Yes. Yep. Me too.
Yeah. So you need to keep your budget because like I've been reminding you too.
Yes. Hey, if I was gonna buy a book, I texted you. Remember?
Yes.
So yes.
And I was like, think of Vegas, think of Dallas or Book Bonanza. Like, come on, they're back to back. So, and so I am gonna be in a budget because like also I do want to do a trip. My plan is for next summer to do like a beach trip with a friend of mine. And you want to go?
Where?
We're deciding still, so I'll keep you posted. But yeah, so budget. All right, so we did mention in our last podcast how we were going to review or talk about the third episode of The Driven Season 2. I watched it Friday night.
Really? So I actually watched it at work.
Really?
No one was up in the office with me. I was alone working. So I was like, might as well watch it. So I watched it. And then let me say, I liked it, but at some point, I feel like, because I really feel like if you haven't read the books, then you will be lost. And I feel like Passion Flicks should work on, because they want to bring in new people, right? So not everyone's gonna read the book. They just have to watch it and they have to understand it. So I feel like, wow, I understand it. But if my sister wants to watch it, she'll be like, oh, what the heck is going on? So I think, like, wow, I love it. But thinking of people who haven't read the books, they might be lost at some parts. But I love it. But yeah.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I feel like I did cry at the end of the episode because like you said, if you read the book, you know what's going on. Yeah. So in the episode, we see them finally clash to where Riley tells him that she loves him. And that is like the big explosion in the relationship, I'm going to say, because this is where he like takes himself out of the relationship because he's scared.
Yeah.
So I liked seeing that, but I will say my only, I wouldn't say complaint because it's not really a complaint. It's more of what I'm sad that it happened. I don't see it as steamy as season 1.
Yes.
Like it's, I don't know. Maybe it's because of COVID or I don't know, but I don't It's not, to me, it's not steamy at all.
Yeah.
It's not. And I wish it was, because I thought that was a huge part of the books, and it's lacking steamy. And another thing, that mirror scene, I really didn't like the song they added for that scene. It didn't fit. For me, it didn't. I'm like, it's supposed to be a steamy scene and you're adding a very tone song. It didn't fit. For me, it didn't. But other than that, I liked it. The part where they're laying down in bed and she's explaining what her and her boys have to I Spider-Man you, and then she's like, it's like you like racing, it would be I race you, Riles and Riley, and they look at each other. I'm like, oh, I love that, like that scene. Oh, I loved it. So my only thing is, I wish it was steamy. It's hopefully Crash this better. I'm crossing my fingers, but so far I think this season hasn't been as steamy as I hoped it was, and how what I think a bunch of people are hoped. Because I feel that for season 1 it was super steamy, and I think that's what caught everybody's attention, not the sex scene, but more because it is like the book. You know what I mean? I don't know. Again, I think, maybe
I think let's see how I think I don't want to say it, but I think I'm gonna say it. Okay. Well, anyways, I think it's because Michael probably have his own girlfriend, and so he's not that what's the word,
comfortable with doing steamy scenes.
I guess you could say that, because compared to Casey was actually single, and so maybe Casey was more okay with those kind of scenes, because I've said this a lot of times to Jan, say that he legit went at it.
Yes.
And to compare that with to Michael is it's different. It's totally different from all those sex scenes, are totally different from Driven, I have to say. Like, yes, there were a lot of sex scenes, a lot, but it's not as with the rating of how they say 1 through 5, 5 being the hottest. I'd say this is more of a maybe a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's that steamy for it to be a 5.
Yeah,
and it's sad, and I'm sad about that, because I don't know. I was really hoping for this to be really steamy, and I don't. But overall, I mean, I loved it. I mean, I love the episode. I love Michael and Olivia.
Yeah,
I do. And I know they worked really hard on it. So I'm not saying it's not good. It's definitely good. It's amazing. If you read the books, you'll love it. So don't take this as we're criticizing it and we're bashing it, because we are definitely not. And I know, and I'm saying that because I know I posted a tweet about it and I got a message saying, so you hated it? No, I didn't hate it. I love it. I love the season, love the books, love Olivia, adore Michael. But it's just, I wish it was steamier.
Yeah.
But I'm very, it's sad because the season finale is on Thursday, which when this episode goes live is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm not, oh my goodness. And I think I took off that day because I had a doctor's appointment. So I'll probably watch it. So we'll review that episode next week. I'm nervous. But like Pink said last week, it ends in a cliffhanger. If you haven't read the book, it ends in a cliffhanger. But there is a book, so you could always pick up the book and read what happens next. And I think they're saying the third one, which is Crash, which I'm assuming is Driven season 3, comes out next year. I don't know when, but hopefully not a year apart. We waited enough already for the second one.
Heck, yes.
So hopefully it's not that long from when season 2 ends. But overall, I'm loving it. I will say this. I give Michael props for stepping into this role.
Yeah.
And overall, you're going to enjoy it. But I do wish, like you did mention, I do feel that, I don't know, maybe giving more of a backstory to these characters within the movie would help new watchers understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because for us that we read the books, or me, like I read the book over and over again, especially the second one, I know what's going inside their heads. I know what's going on. But to new watchers, maybe it's a little bit confusing, but you'll still enjoy it. I mean, overall, it's an amazing series. Loved it. Episode 4 is going to end us all. I'm very excited for the Florida scenes. So excited.
Yeah.
I really hope it's not a really short episode because I'm going to riot. If they can make Gabriel's Inferno long, they can make Field long. Okay. So I'm very nervous. I really hope it's not a short episode. And we'll discuss it next week while I cry with my cup of wine because that's what's going to happen. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
But it was a good episode. Watch it, recommend it. If you haven't watched the first season, go ahead and watch the first season. You'll love it. It's amazing. But that was our review for episode 3. We'll give our 4th one next week. And another good news, I do want to say, we did go ahead and book our interviews for this month. We are going to have 2 author interviews. The first interview that we're going to do is we are going to announce it tomorrow. So keep an eye on our Instagram at BookBuzz Podcast so you know who that is and you can submit your questions. And then we are going to announce the following author a couple days after. So keep an eye on that. It's going to be so much fun. Paying is excited. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm looking forward to these so much.
Yes.
And we hope that you guys are enjoying them too. So make sure, like I said, go to our Instagram at BookBuzz Podcast so you know who it is and you can submit questions and be part of this interview with us. So it's not, I mean, this is all of us. This is all of us, not just me and Payne. And we are going to have more author interviews in the upcoming month. So keep an eye on that. It's exciting. It's going to be fun. And if there's anything that you guys want to hear from us, let us know. We did reach 500 followers on Instagram.
Yes.
So
giveaway
is coming. Keep an eye on that. And we did announce our winner for the Gianna giveaway. So you should have received a message from us. So if you haven't checked your messages, check them because you might be a winner. And again, if you have any questions, just let us know. Next week, we're going to be talking about the books we finished reading, currently reading, and we're going to be talking about what we like and don't like on a book. So check that out. And like I did mention earlier, we are going to be reviewing episode 4 in the final episode of season 2 of Driven. So make sure you tune in next week. It's going to be fun. And hope you guys have a good week. Happy reading, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.